paw prints that I was looking at. Love plus art equals wellness. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Season 4 of Heart Happy Hour. That's the H in sign language. Heart Happy Hour. Bridge. So I want to talk about energy today. I want to talk about the fullness thereof. I want to talk about greater things than these shall we do. So in the lane of in the subject or on the subject of energy, I've said this before and I know you know it, but I'm gonna say it again so I can kick it off with that at the top of the heap of where we go. So energy isn't good or bad. It's all in how you use it. Okay? So that means when you say the good witch or the bad witch, you mean the woman that uses, or you mean the person that uses the energy for the good, and you mean the person that uses the energy for the bad. Or if you say good energy or bad energy, it's because someone is using it for the good, or it's being used for the good, or someone is using it not for the good. Okay? So let's talk about, so the energy being good or bad, okay. So that also means that when energy is in motion in your physical form, in your physical body, when energy is in motion, it is not good or bad. Meaning when you have emotions, those emotions are not good or bad. Those emotions are sensory perceptions. If you are sensitive to vibration, frequency, vibe, energy, all the ways that you can sense energy, your emotions, when they get involved, the energy in motion, when you start to sense that energy, you could sense it with, let's just say right now, I am sensing my breath coming into my lungs. I can feel the cold air coming into my lungs as I breathe in, and that energy, that coldness, that is just an indication that something is happening, something is transpiring. So as I am breathing in, you can't see the air, you can't feel the air unless I blow it out, but within that breath is my chi, is my prana, and the heart and the lungs work together. The lungs takes what it needs, and the heart takes what it needs and sends it throughout the highways and byways of our veins, vessels, and whatever other muscles and so on that it sends energy or energizes as far as our organs and everything else. So energy in motion, emotions. So let's say that you feel yourself getting a little anxious about something. Something's about to happen. You feel that, you've got a little bit of a butterfly. Maybe you've got a sense of something, oh my goodness, something feels like it's about to happen. Like, so you only know that you feel like something's about to happen because you felt these ways before, and then something happened. So you're assuming that the things that have happened to you in the past are going to happen to you in a similar or the same way currently, which from at that point looking forward to now would have been the future. So now, for future reference, you are cataloging in your card file, in your virtual memory banks, you are cataloging that when this happens, this is what I do. So I'm in the mindset of changing the this is what I do part, because my sensitivities, my senses, I am very sensitive about a lot of things. Like I feel like something is about to happen, and because I know that in the past, things that I'm sensing, again, that energy It's just being sensed. I can't say whether it's a good thing about to happen or a bad thing about to happen. I can't say that I'm going to be, I may be totally off guard and surprised by it. And so therefore, it could be a funny moment. It could be a sad moment. It could be a surprise moment. It could be an aha moment. It could be any number of things that my meters, my readings, my readers, my dial has, some movement on, some ways that it's being experienced in advance, because I'm picking up on, like when the Indians put their ear to the ground and they're able to hear whatever they hear. Oh, they're about 10 miles away, Big Mine. Big Mine is coming to give us exchange buffaloes for our corn, or whatever, let's say. I always try to be nice about what's coming up, don't be scary. So my senses, my sensitivities, my meters, my readers are picking up on things. And sometimes, let's just say my head itches in a specific place, and then something happens. One level wellness. Love plus art equals wellness. Precious MotherLove, welcome to Heart Happy Hour, Season 4. And today we're talking about energy, your inner chi, energy in motion, emotions, and energy. We're just going to talk about the energy, because I want to start by saying energy is not good or bad. It is all what you do with it. The same thing as they say magic. Manipulation of energy is not good or bad. It's if you can manipulate it for the good of, in general, win-win, or for the bad of, only you win, selfish purposes. And that's the first time I've described it like that. But I'm saying these things, the way I say them, I usually try to give a definition and defining things with this language that we have, that we're using. The language itself has many other languages in it. And some things are contradictory, and some things are usurped when you add let's just say, don't. The apostrophe takes away the N-O part of it. Those two, the N-O or the N-O-T, that has a significance in stopping energy or calming the energy down. Those two, the circle and the humpback. And I think that the humpback is similar to, when we use the symbols that we're using in our language. We don't use them in its simplest symbolic ways. So I, want us to pay attention to the little things. The little things, they begin to add up. These letters that we start to string side by side, just like when we're playing Scrabble, or when we're playing other word games where the individual letters have a particular value. And Scrabble is a good game to get to know the value of how putting words together could formulate an energetic formula. If you emit it from your vocal cords, you're seeing it, it's being written, it's being spoken, it's being thought, it's being heard. So it's a whole bunch of energy that's stirring up on behalf of manifestation. I just made these yesterday. I sold the last pair that I had made. So this is a darker pair, and it's the first time I'm wearing it. I've got these new ESP 135 and 65 miles of Word Plus. Just past the guy on the side that has the little calculator to tell you how fast you're going. And if you're going too fast, it might give you a document that tells you how fast you're going and how much that's going to cost you. But anyway, one level of wellness. So again, I'm basically saying that we have a lot of things that we don't pay attention to, that we just let go, like right by us, over our head. Never would it catch our attention. Never would we pay much attention to it if we weren't given some reason to be curious about it, or somebody shares something with us that allows us to expand our knowledge in that area. So I want to also mention that those small things add up, and whether you pay attention to them or not, and whether you give them any permission or not permission to energetically affect you, unbeknownst to you, it can still have an effect on you. For instance, and I talked about this before, the buildings in DC, there's a certain stone that it may be using for the floors, for the walls. It may be certain colors that are being used. There may be certain symbols over the doors. There may be even things on the top of the building, pictures on the outside of the building. A lot of the museums, a lot of the government buildings, they have certain energetic markings, and certain sectors, certain people do study that kind of thing. But it is a language that Masons may know. People who are builders, people who are historians, people who are aware of certain religions or certain cultures. They're aware of, if you use a horse, if you use an owl, if you use a hippopotamus. I saw a hippopotamus over at George Washington University, and I've heard a story about the original woman looking like a hippopotamus or something like that. Something that it has a, so all over DC is nothing but symbolism. And as I said, the building, they say if the walls could talk, if these walls could speak. Awareness, precious mother love. I don't know if I said all that I needed to say today. I just know I am almost to where I need to be. So I will have to end this dialogue with some words of wisdom. So for one thing, honestly, your intention means everything. What your intention was means how it comes back at you for your karma will be impacted. So if you meant it for win-win and it didn't go well, then you still got some win-win coming back to you, because you intended it to be win-win. So you still be able to energize the resolution with the win-win energy. If your intention is that of not everyone else to be able to prosper as well as you, then it will be done unto you as you have done unto others. So as they say, or as it is said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which is why earlier I said, if you have a business and you are conducting business with someone else, conduct that business with them the way you would want somebody to conduct the business with you. And that will most likely give the best balance. Now, of course, all that needs to be communicated, all that needs to be talked about. But if your karmic intent, your intention, when you release some energy, direct some energy, utilize some energy, if your intent is to do well, to do good, to share, for the better of all, for the good of all, for the win-win scenario, then that's the energy that's going to continue to come back to you. But that's, again, you must continue with that energy, because the more you carry that energy, the more that energy is reflected in how you carry yourself, and it is therefore responded to you in that same way. So, One Love and Wellness, love plus art equals wellness. Mind your P's and Q's, and make sure you have the best possible intention for each situation. As your life rolls around, it will begin to come back to you. As my 99-year-old grandmother said, that, you know, it may not come back to you today or tomorrow, but it's coming back to you. All right, let me go around these guys. One Love and Wellness, love plus art equals wellness. I'll see you soon. Y'all come back now. Nat Love, thank you for your musical talents and these big bumpity bumps. Thank you for your musical talents and contributions, for your support, and for your sharing of your talents with me. Thank you very much. And just so in case you never knew, in case you didn't know, Nat Love is MotherLove's brother. So, One Love and Wellness. Speak to you soon. Live in peace and prosper. But I had a few things I wanted to talk about very quickly this past strong end. This past strong end was a family reunion. One Love and Wellness to all my family, and thank you for showing me so much love and kindness. I did put my Love+Art Wellness display out. I had it 10. And in years past, we had others that were actually out there set up, and I did not set up. The last 3 occasions that I recall, that, you know, when I went to the family reunion, somebody would say, "Hey, where's your stuff?" And I said, "Well, walk to the truck with me, or walk to the car with me, or walk to the vehicle with me." And, you know, they would actually like something, buy something, take something with them. And, you know, that's always so beautiful when they show me that kind of love.